Hello everyone, I'm Brian Croy Dragon, and welcome back to Cinderella Phenomenon. Both of us walk in silence for some time. The only sound we hear are the echoes of our footsteps. I am behind the king, staring at his back. He seems to have already recovered from his earlier injury. Or he could just be pretending that he is alright. How is your back? It doesn't hurt as much now, thank you for asking. Silence ensues once again. Well, this is getting awkward. Maybe I should say something. Yeah, I think I got pomegranate stuck in my throat. Hold on. And obviously I'm gonna say something. I cannot stand the silence any longer. I'll speak up before I lose my nerve. I am sorry. Why are you apologizing? Because I have done nothing but cause you trouble. Rod told me once that when I disappeared, the king was the happiest he'd ever been. Because I was not there. I am sure if you had been given the chance to forgive me or not, you would have chosen to forgive me. No, it feels like I've been the cause of your pain, not the other way around. I feel as if I should be the one apologizing. I have been wondering for a while. If you're indeed my daughter, why do you address me by title? Do you not call me father? I stop in my tracks and turn away. It has been years since I called you that. You were never there for me, so I stopped calling you my father. A deafening silence falls upon us. I am sorry. Can you tell me why you distanced yourself from me? The king looks at me silently, with something like regret in his eyes. I want to slap myself for my foolish question. My apologies, I forgot that you do not remember me. You know, I have learned many things since I have been cursed, but the things I have learned do not answer my questions. I had thought that by staying here I would finally chance upon some answers, some truth. I have always thought that only Mother loved me because you were never there for me. I am sorry, I cannot give you the answers you seek. Well, this one again. Well, I can understand why you would hate me. I am a witch's daughter after all. Hildur, do you know what transpired in the past? You mean with Mother? Hildur threatened to kill the person I loved if I did not marry her. She threatened to kill Ophelia. The king looks down, his face contorted with anger. Her face said that Mother already broke their bones long before she took over the kingdom. Her hands were already stained with blood. I won't let any more of my loved ones die in her hands. I had no choice back then. I married her because I refused to let her hurt Ophelia. I hated that I hated that woman for ruining my life and my kingdom. I know. I recall when he thanked Waltz for saving the kingdom. Can you tell me who Waltz is? Waltz? He was Hildur's apprentice. He was powerful, considering He was powerful and considered the second strongest among the witches. Really? He was a child prodigy. That is why Hildur ordered his family killed when they refused to give him to her. Waltz didn't find out about that until much later. Mother killed Waltz's family? I cannot believe this. Just how many lives did she take? When he did find out... When he did find out, he betrayed Hildur. He divulged her plans to the fairies and helped them defeat her. I gave him a copy of the key to the secret tunnel so that he could deliver it to the Lucis bearer. So that is how Parfait got the copy of the key. Then Hilda cursed him for betraying her. I do not know how you two know each other, but it is fairly obvious to me that he is loyal to you and cares about you. He was the type of person that expressed that loyalty plainly, so I can tell. I do not know why the king decided to comment on such a thing, but my cheeks are suddenly warm. You care for him. Do I? He is a good man. Okay, I need to turn the volume down. Yeah. Okay, that's a bit less loud. She's actually have the volume on the game halfway. Gotta have the volume on my computer halfway. Oh jeez, isn't that something? How did we even... Let's try that again. How did we even get from this conversation? The two of us are still walking when the king suddenly stops, and I nearly bump into him. Ah, here we are. This should bring us into a passage that leads into the gardens. I follow his gaze to a rusty door. He slowly approaches the door. Stay close to me. I nod at him. He turns the knob and pulls open the door. That's... The king and I can only... Ugh, fudge. Wrong voice. The king and I can only gape at the sight in front of us. This is the last thing we expect to see behind the door. Mother? Chapter 7. The Witch and the Crystal. I feel that I cannot trust my eyes because it is indeed Mother standing before us. She looks the same as when I last saw her, like she has been sleeping all of this time. What is Hilda doing here? It's not the crystal... Let's try again. It's not the Crystallum Tenebrarum. She looks like she has been trapped inside the crystal, but how? No, she passed on 4 years ago. This is impossible. A lovely surprise, isn't it? The king immediately moves to stand in front of me. Sir Method saunters toward us with a smile on his face, looking unperturbed. Isn't she exquisite? Even in slumber, she is still so beautiful. What is the meaning of this, Methos? When Methos does not answer, the king reaches for his knife and frowns. What exactly are you and Oldcaster planning? I am offended that you are associating the two of us. My goals are different from Oldcaster's. My only wish is to see my queen again. Oldcaster isn't the one who is after your throne. What are you going to do with Mother? I plan to revive her. What? I stare at Sir Method, shocked. Revive Mother? Is it even possible to bring back the dead? She is still alive, dear princess. My queen is only sleeping. Her link to the Tenebrarum has allowed her to survive all of these years. She infused the last of her power with the crystal and merged with it. She was wise, yet even as its light grows dimmer, so too does the light of her life come close to being extinguished. Once you have finally accepted your role as the new bearer of the Crystallum Tenebrarum, her link with it will be saved and she won't die. That's why I need you, princess. I need your powers to bring her back to life. What? On your 18th birthday, you will inherit the crystal's powers. And with that power, you will revive my queen. Isn't that what you've always wanted? To have your beloved mother back? Is it true that I have always wished for Mother to come back? And again. It is true that I have always wished for Mother to come back. But Delora and Parfait told me the truth. Oh, and now, that is the last thing I want. What if Mother ruins the kingdom once again? I will not let that happen. I will not let my kingdom fall into darkness again. The king charges towards Sir Methos with a knife in his hand. But Sir Methos easily sends him flying backward with a flick of his wrist and a magic spell. The knife falls to the ground just a few feet from where I stand. Your Majesty! I am about to run to him when Rourke steps out of the darkness of the room and points a sword at the king's throat. Don't move, princess. Otherwise my hand might slip. I freeze in my spot. Has she been here this whole time? Now, princess, you haven't... this one again. Now, princess, you have an important decision to make. Help me revive the queen and save the king, or run away and he dies. My life is nothing compared to the lives that will be lost if Hilda is brought back. I would gladly trade my life for any of the lives she would steal. Foolish king, you cannot gamble with your life and it is no longer in your hands. Sir Methos growls at the king before facing me once again. He flashes a crooked smile. How about it, princess? No, decline. I cannot let Sir Methos kill the king, but I cannot let him revive Mother either. If I can just improvise, I might be able to hold them long enough for some backup to arrive. Okay, that period threw me off. I catch a glimpse of the king's knife, it's just this one again. I catch a glimpse of the king's knife, which is just a few feet from me, when an idea strikes me. Waltz, Parfait, Delora, they have to come for us. I refuse. What? Sir Methos looks at me irritated. The king, however, looks relieved. The king's blood shall be on your hands, then. Varg? I quickly lean down to pick up the knife and hold it to my neck. Princess, what are you planning to do with that? Put that down before you hurt yourself. Let the king go or I will kill myself. I know you need me to revive Mother. Ha! Wait, this one again. Do not take me for a fool, princess. I know you do not have the courage to die a martyr. Yo, hello, Alex. What? Hello? Alex? What? What's up, Alex? Hi. Alex? Hey. What's up, Goofy? Come on. Alex Pope Alex, come on up. Hi. Annoyance simmers within me. Oh, are you sure of that? I swallow as I press the blade to my neck. I feel the sharp edge cut through skin, but the blade does not go deep enough to hit any vital parts. I cringe as my body is racked with pain and tears blur my vision. I am scared. You fool! Sir Melfos's face is pale as he attempts to step toward me. Now you see my resolve. Let the king go. Melfos. Melfos curses under his breath, his outstretched hand clutching a tight fist before he draws it back. It's working. I feel myself relax, but my hope is short-lived and foolish. Melfos casts a spell, and a knife goes hot in my hand. A scream escapes my mouth as I fall to the floor, and clutch at my injured hand. You have been a very bad princess. Your mother would be disappointed in you. I glare at Melfos, but he only clicks his tongue, face stern. This would have been so much more pleasant if you'd chosen to work with me, princess. I will get what I want, princess. Even if I must break you to revive my queen, I will do it. I won't suffer the consequences for it later. Just try that again. I won't suffer the consequences for it later. Melfos turns to Varg. Varg! Put them both in the cells. I take a few steps back as Varg approaches us. All I manage to do is back myself into the wall. Varg looks at me amused, like a cat toying with a mouse. He takes another step, but I do not get to see the movements he makes afterward. A bright light engulfs the area, eliciting an agitated hiss from Melfos. Magic? But how? When the light clears, Varg is down standing his... Let's try that again. When the light clears, Varg is down standing, his eyes on my feet. I follow his gaze. Ah! My shoes have been replaced with two beautiful glass sniffers. I broke my curse? Yeah, rather early in the route, isn't it? Chapter 7? What did I do? The king looks at me, his eyes hazy. He opens his mouth to speak, but then stops when Melfos comes to hover just above him, his expression fixed into a glare. Oh, how charming. But your broken curse will not help you now, princess. Now be a good girl and allow Varg to escort you to your cell. Varg takes us to one of the prison cells and locks us up. This time, be a good girl and don't try to escape. I scowl at him. He only smirks in response. Feisty as always. He flashes me a lopsided smile before taking his leave. Miranda! The king quickly takes my hand in his and pulls me down to the floor to sit beside him. He reaches into his pocket and then withdraws a handkerchief. What is he doing? He neatly folds the cloth and leans toward me. I cringe back on reflex. He gingerly presses the handkerchief onto my injured skin. I cringe as I feel the pain. I am so sorry, Miranda. Your injury is my fault. You have nothing to apologize for. I did it to save you, and yet here we are. I am the one that owes you an apology. I turn my gaze away in shame. The king cups my cheek and turns my head so that I am facing him. The gesture is so gentle, it moves me to tears. There you go, Alex. A father should be the one to protect his child, always. Oh, for goodness sake, why do I have the desktop audio still on? His face is twisted in pain as he stares at me, brimming. Let's run that again. His face is twisted in pain as he stares at me, eyes brimming with tears. I see no recognition in his eyes. Having reunited with my father like this makes me realize that I still cared for him. Please forgive me. I already have. The words take a great weight off my heart. It is as if the ice that has been shrouding for it so long is finally melting away. Without another word, my father throws his arms around me, trapping me in a warm embrace. This is the first time he has ever hugged me. I feel tears brimming in my eyes soon. I am crying as I bury my face into my father's shoulder. I am sorry. Please forgive me, my dear daughter. We stay like this for what seems a lifetime, leaning against each other and crying silently, asking for forgiveness. Once we are more relaxed, I sit down beside my father and tell him what has transpired since I was cursed. His expression becomes darker with every word that I speak. You have suffered so much, and I have not been able to ease that suffering in any way. No, my life as a commoner showed me things I had never appreciated before. It was more fulfilling than my life in the palace. The moment I became cursed might be the first moment I started truly living. I take a deep breath as I contemplate the question that has been in my heart all this time. Your Majesty, have you ever loved me? I am terrified, but I still force myself to look right at the king. I have always loved you, Miranda. I value this one again. I value you more than my own life. You are my everything, my daughter. I blink at him, my eyes filled with tears. I've waited so long to hear those words from you. If you loved me, why were you not there for me? Why did you let Mother... This one again. Why did you let Mother do this to me? Was it because I was her daughter? It is true that you are her daughter, but you are also mine. I don't even remember how we... His voice trails off and he avoids my eyes. He sighs softly. I was put under a spell that night. Months later you came along. I thought I could never bring myself to love you, not when you were the witch's daughter. But you were different. She was darkness and you were light. And then she corrupted you. Hilda forbade me to get close to you. She was afraid that I would influence you to betray her. She told me that she would steal you away completely if I ever approached you. I couldn't bear the thought of losing my own daughter, so I did as she demanded. I had to watch you grow up from afar. I had to push you away. The only thing I could do for you was help you celebrate your birthday every year. The birthday surprises every year? The letters that led to the secret birthday rooms? Those surprises were always the highlight of my birthday. This whole time, it was you who planned those surprises? I could not let you know it was I who planned those surprises. The beautiful smile that you had on your face when you saw all of your gifts was more than enough. I'm really sorry for everything, Miranda. For not being a good father, for not being there for you, for pushing you away. After your mother died, he pauses, then shakes his head. After I had thought she died, I thought I might make it up to you, but I failed miserably as your father. You were already so far away from me. I tried to get close to you, but... I drove you away. I do not blame you. I think back to all those times when... Oh, fudge. I think back to all those times when he tried to talk to me or approach me. I would always walk away or refuse to talk to him. Because I hated him. I was convinced he didn't love me. I tried, but I tried too late and not hard enough. I should have tried to better understand you. I should have tried harder to see what your mother had done to you. I have never expected any sort of forgiveness, and yet you still gave it to me. But now I am at a loss as to what I can do to make it up to you. But you're here now, right? I smile at him hesitantly, and he smiles back. He leans forward to place a kiss on my forehead, even as he wipes a tear away. I love you, Miranda. I love you too, Father. He rests his hand on my cheek. Allow me to make it up to you. Allow me to protect you. You can't not bring her back, Miranda. There would be too many... let's try again. There would be too many consequences. But if I refuse to help them, they will kill you. Father shakes his head and smiles. If I have to give up my life to give you and our kingdom a better future. Let's try again. Wrong voice. If I have to give up my life to give you and our kingdom a better, if I have to give up my life to give you and our kingdom a brighter future, then so be it. Princess, it's almost time to go. Father moves to stand in front of me. I won't let you take her. Varg doesn't answer. He silently taps his cane to the ground, creating the same energy force as before, sending Fowler back into the wall with an invisible force. Fowler! Fowler staggers back to his feet and gazes at me with a pained expression. Don't do this, Miranda. I ball my hands into tight fists. I have no other choice. I am sorry, Fowler, but I cannot let them kill you. I try to smile at him reassuringly before walking away with Varg. The last thing I hear is him calling my name before Varg closes the door and there is silence in the hallway. Come on. I am once again standing in front of Muller's crystallized form. It is time, Princess. Now put your hands over the crystal. I stare at my mother's crystallized form in silence, but fear takes hold of my body. Time is of the essence, Princess. I do as commanded and set my hands on the surface of the crystal. Moments later, the clock strikes 12 and my body suddenly grows heavy. A strange power begins to flow through me. What is happening? I attempt to pull my hands back, but to no avail. Not only are they heavy, but they feel as if they are glued to the crystal. Even as I struggle to move, I feel my energy dimming as the crystal grows brighter and brighter. Yes! Yes! I blink a few times, as tears begin to sting my eyes. I bite my lip in an attempt to keep myself from falling unconscious, and the effort only makes me taste blood. Miranda! Out of the corner of my eyes, I catch a glimpse of Waltz by the door, his hand glowing as he prepares to cast a spell. Waltz. Waltz's eyes meet mine, his expression contorting in anger as he turns to glare at Mithros. This is madness, Myth. You're too late, Waltz. Just a little bit more and the energy transfer will be complete. And my queen will be free from her prison. I won't let you do this. Waltz releases his spell at Mithros, who quickly conjures a shield to protect himself. I feel so weak. I feel my knees giving out. The next thing I know, Waltz stands beside me with a dagger. He drives the edge of the dagger into the tenebrous surface, cracking it slightly, and then I am free. Waltz catches me in his arms just before my body hits the floor. Stay with me, Miranda. My body relaxes when I feel his arms around me. Well, I'd say this is a good place to end it for today. I'm Brian Croydragon signing out. Stay Shrey.